Thanks for the well wishes.
StepManiaX by Step Revolution. Select difficulty.
All right, it looks like we got our first match of the day now. Marley, Sheepy. I think we're going to get straight into it.
Right, they had their warm-up.
Okay.
Part 19.
Hard 19. All right, Sheepy builds up a very respectable lead. Almost well over 4,000 points right at the very beginning. It's a very sparse, difficult to time beginning, and the rest of the chart is very heavily syncopated. So plenty of room for the points that for us to swing either way.
Sheepy's pulling away.
Oh yeah, that's a lead.
Sheepy to keep it together. Last 20%, think they got it.
Yeah, I don't see Sheepy giving up the lead at this point. Actually, I think it's around that point it would have been logistically impossible, but very good opening run for the two of them. Yeah, that being said, Stars Hard 19, very challenging chart with its syncopation in comparison to other charts you'll see at this level. Something like Mothership, Hard 18 is far easier in comparison.
Very straightforward.
There's like a swap player.
Yeah, coming up to this break right after the first third or so of the chart, Sheepy's built up another sizable lead. They have about a 4,000 point lead.
That's sizable, but that's not insurmountable. Got half the song to go.
Yeah, especially returning to this kind of low BPM, eighth note stream sort of back half of the chart.
Gonna do it here.
Very nicely cleaned up.
Well done.
Game 2. 29 perfects, very good score. All right, that's our first set in the books. So a little particular detail here is the majority of this tournament is going to run double elimination for pools. A very standard bracket format, popular in a lot of games, very popular in SMX. Owing to the fact that we only have 4 players in our starting pool, we will instead be doing round robin, so they will each play each other once. gives them more opportunities for matches, especially if you do not maintain a perfect winning record, which is bound to happen in double elimination. This at least ensures you get a little more game time before you're out of the tournament very early on. So it's a little adjustment made in order to make sure that these players get more exposure to the game.
Yeah, we like to give everybody a chance to shine.
Especially for StepManiaX being a very beginner-friendly and accessible game, in my opinion. I think it is absolutely worthwhile to treat our beginner players.
Yeah, a few of us were joking. A few of the competitors last night and today are probably started playing DDR. Or we probably started playing DDR before they were born. Man, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Because, you know, if you're 18 today, you were born in like 2007, 2006, I mean, that's a lot of us ITGs older.
Rolling up to the brand new white cap at your local Dave & Buster's in 2016 at the ripe age of 10. In the same manner that when I was 10 years old, I had a PS2, DDR Max 2, and one of those foam insert soft meds.
Good old red octane ignition pad.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right, well, there it is. Here's our first wild of the tournament.
Oh yeah, they're playing wild.
Yep.
I mean, I remember the inspiration, you know, the original Kick the Can on DDR 4th mix.
Classic.
I think was really where I cut my teeth on learning how to read eighth note streamy patterns, you know. I feel like they did it justice here. Like, this is a good introductory wild chart.
A very popular chart for players who are learning to up their precision as well. I always see this recommended for first chart. You could hex star or APC, common parlance for a perfect score. We're just getting set up momentarily with our stream overlay.
All right, I got 10 seconds. We should probably pick wild. There we go.
All right. I'm ready to kick it, man. Are you?
Daz Simpson is ready to kick it. About halfway here, Owen's hanging on to his small lead.
Yeah, maintaining a full combo so far. All right, who's gonna do the spin? No one's doing the spin.
I bet we'll see a spin before the day's through.
Someone's gonna be funny and do it.
Jelly Slots likes to do those spins.
Owen takes game 1. All right. Some good old fracas and Darwin. Yeah, song 2. I'm not very familiar with Etudes in SMX. I believe she's more of a DDR player, based on my recollection. Seeing from game 1, though, definitely has the fundamentals down, follower patterns very well for Kick It Man. So I'm very interested to see how the players do on a more straightforward chart that's just more of a basic execution test, if you will.
Certainly a faster song as well.
Yes, significant increase in BPM going from about 128 to 175 here. Kick It Man might be faster than that. But this is 175. The biggest thing it emphasizes is hitting that off beat on the blue note rather than the quarter note on the red. Really good accuracy from both players for these more simple phrases so far.
Owen's hanging on. You know, it only takes a couple of missteps to lose 1,000 points here or there.
Oh yes. 1,000-point swing is much easier to achieve on a low-density chart like this.
Hold strong.
All right, Owen takes game 2 and the set. Really good overall accuracy from both players here. Especially Owen's 13 perfect is quite good. Etudes is 21 also.
Yeah, I mean, even in the graphs, you can see generally they're right on the money there. You know, we all have tried to play a song that's above our pay grade, and the graph just looks like a scattered, you know, mess.
It is 11:44 a.m. Unintuitively, for how far out west Michigan is in comparison to the East Coast, it is still Eastern time. While we've got some downtime waiting for our next match in this pool, I'm going to take a quick second to let you all know that we have a, I can type, I can spell. We have a Mancherino, exclamation point Mancherino. You can donate to the prize pool for our top cut later on tonight. We are already up to $176.90.
Wow.
We went up $100 since last
$100
night.
since last night. Amazing. Not
So
sure if somebody donated 100 or what. I guess we can find out.
Let's take a look. Let's see who our generous benefactor is.
Wow.
So thank you, Josh, with a $100 direct contribution.
Snowstorm gave 50. We love that guy.
And yes, this round 1 does in fact have Musica. You can see it on the right-hand side of the player camera.
Yeah, we're hoping no one plays it. I don't know how loud it is, but it's right next to the StepManiaX.
Yeah, it's not that loud. Although what I do personally quite enjoy is that Musica is at just about the right height to use as a bar.
We did see some players kind of ghosting on the side there, holding onto the Musica cab as bars.
I did it for a few songs myself, but when it got a little jump heavy or a little intense, I wasn't going to put all my weight onto the bar. Let's not break the poor out of service rhythm game. But enough of that. Let's talk about some StepManiaX. Etudes Sheepy, our next permutation in this pool, going into Judgment Day, Wild 19 for the first song. The one thing I am noticing is you'll see at the end of some of these holes, there is a little quant-colored triangle that indicates a lick if you want to release the panel on the beat. I am noticing a lot of players, when they come from other dance games to SMX, they're not very familiar with the lift or the indicator for it. So I have not seen many lifts hit by Etudes so far, but that's just a knowledge thing. He's going to pick it up. Sheepy's pulling away so far. Gold combo, very nice.
Yeah, definitely very close still though. Yeah, lifts are an acquired taste. You kind of have to get a feel for the timing.
All right, picks up early in a miss. Kind of closing the gap a little bit, but still from very good timing in the first half. They're holding on to that lead.
Wow, well done.
Yeah, Sheepy just kind of veered a little early right at the very end, but you know, in songs like those where the percussion drops out and you're just following the lead piano, it could be more difficult to follow along if you're relying on the bass or the percussion to keep time.
Speaking of songs with parts that drop off,
Link
there's
line.
no beat. Link line.
Let's see how our players fare when the slowdown shows up. This chart also has a respectable amount of center panel patterns where you really want to twist your body in place to make sure your feet are properly lined up. Etudes just a little less unfamiliar with the game. Struggled a bit on that first iteration.
But taking the lead.
And here we go. The lead's trading back and forth in the slowdown here.
Pulling ahead just a little bit.
Making those margins very tight though. Again, picking up some misses and off judgments on those center panel streams. One more to end the song.
Wow. Ooh, that was a very close match.
51-point difference in the end.
is a nail biter.
You get some very interesting, volatile matches at the lower level in SMX. So it's great to have a game where, at all skill levels, you can really have some very entertaining matches to follow along.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of variation with the center panel form, but if you haven't played a whole lot of StepManiaX, you might not be fully prepared for it.
And charts like those are a great way to acquaint yourself with the basics of center panel before wild mode and full mode really turn the heat up. Going to take a quick trip back down to pool one. Sir Owen shooting. All right, we have our first pocket pick of the tournament.
Monolith hard.
Hard 19.
Hard 19.
So we previously referred to the 170 BPM range for Forever and a Day and Feel the Melody as fast. This is 196 BPM.
196, is that right? It certainly chugs along
And
pretty quickly.
the peak notes per second, if you will, for this chart is going to be significantly higher. NPS really ramps up for 16ths at higher BPMs, and you will see little 16th bursts throughout this chart.
16th bursts, a few stops.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Owen go for this, given that he does like a lot of other songs that have these upper hard charts and kind of have that, you know, upper or like boss song sort of energy to them. I know previously he had pocket picked Energizer in tournaments, so not surprised to see this if that kind of thing is his inclination. I'm going to start with a half-speed slowdown, and that's going to rock you to its intended BPM for effectively the remainder of the song. Although it is Owen's pocket pick, Sheepy looks very confident on this out of the gate themselves, having been playing a lot of DDR, specifically proving they have pretty good stamina for some of the harder material in that game, around the 14 to 15 range, I believe. Something like Monolith, not entirely out of one's wheelhouse.
Right at the halfway mark here. I think it's about a 1,000-point game right now.
All right, brief little stop.
And again, if you're not familiar with watching StepManiaX, you can see the flashing yellow score on Sheepy's side, indicating that they are in the lead.
Oh, this is a nail biter. All right, but we are past all of the bursts. Just need to be mindful of this very last slowdown. All right, Sheepy takes game one. One particular thing to note there is it may have looked like they hit that arrow pretty dead on, but it still flashed a miss. I think the most likely explainer there is not picking up your foot enough or having a slower release and hitting the panel before it can reactivate. You can miss the very head of the held note, but the remainder of it will activate without incident. So it will throw you a miss, but you'll otherwise get everything you need from the remainder of the held note.
not sure if we have a link to Love Arcade merch. I think the
Here.
Start GG.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, the Start GG page shows off the merch that was ordered for the event, but a lot of it was customized and custom ordered. So I don't know that they're doing any other orders for it.
So game 2 on typical Tropical. This is going to be very different from Monolith. It's more emphasizing unique syncopation and some tricky little patterns.
Early miss from Sheepy.
Yeah, already we have seen a little bit of a foot switch where you use alternating feet to hit the same panel. Helps the pattern resolve. And you're going to see it again, I think at least twice in this chart. There's a little triplet burst where you can also bracket where you use one foot to hit 2 notes at once. That's kind of how that pattern best flows. Yeah, despite some early fumbles from both players, Sheepy's just slightly in the lead. Resting their foot in the wrong position, kind of clips them on the foot switch pattern, but still holding about a 1,000-point lead over Owen. Holding on in his own right very well. All right.
Gonna do it.
Sheepy takes the set.
I believe Sheepy won all of their matches in the pool.
Sounds like we have a lock for our first advance out of Pool 1. All right, I think Owen gets to play again.
Just to check in on the bracket here. Pool 1 almost complete. We have 2 more matches to play. I believe Sheepy is a lock for Pool 2. It's going to come down to the next couple matches to see who else will join them.
Yes, I believe we are going to see Owen Etudes up next. And I also believe we will also see Owen Marley.
Okay, so this is Etudes and Marley.
Actually, perhaps our Start GG page is a little out of date because we are seeing Etudes Marley, so. All right, we got some fans in the chat. You love to see your friends, your fellow competitors come out and show support. All right, we have a double pocket pick. Look at that.
A double pocket pick.
Both players pocket picked. So we're going to start with Etudes' pocket pick, Senorita Hard 18.
These are some fast songs.
Now we're going for speed. All right, hit that first off note. both players handle that little step stop thrown in for spice.
They're both handling the demands of the speed of this chart really well. I think Atoots is just keeping the accuracy.
Yeah, looking very comfortable on this chart. And it's not even that straightforward. There's a couple of crossovers. There's some less intuitive patterns thrown into the mix, so very commanding showing so far. On the pocket pick.
Nice.
Great run. Marley manages clear, just very much on the early side with that timing graph, especially in the back half. May have gotten a little shifted off from below brief stop, but holding on just fine. Clearing is the first hurdle to overcome before you score.
Fuzzy bunnies.
Now, if you thought Monolith was fast, this comes in at a blistering at 211. The 18 will not incorporate any 16s to my knowledge. That's still pretty fast. We're going to have a brief intermission at a slower tempo. Clap along if you're at home. Clap, clap. Marley keeping it closer this game. Etude still with a sizable lead. Not insurmountable yet.
Dueling full combos. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
Water salads. A little break. There we go.
I don't think it's going to come down to it, but there is kind of a gimmick at the end.
I feel like the closest thing you have to an ending gimmick here is a little jump scare.
To remember that it's not over, but it didn't matter.
That's fine. Etudes will take game 2 and the set. Kind of positioning her to potentially advance, I want to say. I think it's going to come down to her versus Owen. Well, I keep reading I don't commentate round robin enough. I keep reading the diagram wrong.
It's a little tricky.
I think if Owen loses here, I think that sets up his overall pool record to be 1 and 2. And then I'm not quite certain how that will shake out.
So,
Are you ready to become a StepManiac?
I do think he's likely primed to advance in the head-to-head.
if Owen loses both songs, we would have a tie between Owen and Etude, so we might need some kind of a tiebreaker. But if I was a betting man, I think Owen's been slightly stronger in this pool than Marley.
And I think we got our first visit from Big Boss today as the first song that randomly showed up.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was in their draw. Big Fuzzy Bunnies again.
Well, if you like it, might as well pick it.
All right, going into our final match of Pool 1. Everything after this will be proper double elimination brackets.
Indeed. We've got quite the spectator crowd forming. We've seen quite a few people lined up on the open wall to my left, and we've got some seating in the back right. You cannot see it, but we've got quite the audience for DDR today as well. It's a beautiful day out here at Round 1 Great Lakes Crossing Mall.
Once more into the breach, Pink Fuzzy Bunnies.
Looks like our players are taking the menu timer as an opportunity to catch a breather, get ready. All right, game one, back to Pink Fuzzy Bunnies hard. I think y'all know the drill. Owen picks up some off judgments at the jumps at the very beginning of the slowdown, but corrects course very quickly.
He's built a strong lead.
Yeah, I think even despite those missteps, I think the lead still grew coming out of the slowdown. So, putting on a very commanding game one performance so far, but still plenty of song left to go. Those center panel crossovers are such a brutal thing to throw in.
Owen taking song one.
Big Boss? No, they told me about this.
A classic, Banya classic. I forget who the player was, but I remember way back in the day, a video circulated of someone playing doubles on Beethoven Virus, and it was like part of the zeitgeist a little bit. It was very...
Yes, we love, what's the video name again? DDR Level Asian? What a crazy name to put on that video.
On a Pump It Up video.
All right, opening it up. Let's see if our players are in the mood. No one's spinning. In a tournament setting, no one wants to look away from the screen and leave your timing up to chance.
No spin, no win. Ain't that right?
The players will win, but truly it is the home viewership who loses in this situation. All right, Owen building up another sizable lead. Marley still keeping pace from behind.
beautiful accuracy.
Owen is very happy about that full combo.
And I believe
Now to DDR. Hey, congratulations. Both of you are done. You are both leading at DDR for your card. Okay.
all right, let's take a look at our pool 1 standings then at the end of pool 1. Yep, that's Sheepy and Owen have advanced to pool 2.
Congratulations, Sheepy. Congratulations, Owen.
Congrats.
So let's take a quick gander at pool 2, shall we?